roll on down the track. Here, songs are singing, songs of the man in black. We're a train going somewhere, singing songs of Conductor Cash, bringing memories of the old times as we roll on down the track. We're a train, country music, train of rock and blues. 6 decades, Johnny's music, songs of our country true. We're a train going somewhere, singing songs of Conductor Cash, bringing memories of the old time as we roll on down the track. I'll play it for Johnny now. We're a train, gospel music, feeding souls along the way. Hear songs about Jesus, songs of Johnny's faith. We're a train going somewhere, singing songs of Conductor Cash, bringing memories of the old times as we roll on down the track. Oh, walk the line, ring of fire, cocaine blues, boy named Sue. Songs for all you good folk, songs like Folsom Blues. The trams of the old time, Johnny's songs sometimes are sad, some with hope, some with humor, as we roll on down the track. I'll play it for Johnny now. How many Johnny Cash fans we got? Let's hear some noise. Everybody say party. There you go. We're bringing you 3 different shows of Johnny Cash music tonight. Johnny Cash was such a gentleman. Anybody ever see Johnny Cash live in person? Yeah, great experience. That's a nice T-shirt, sir. I like that. Anyway, Johnny was a gentleman, and he made sure everybody knew who he was, even though everybody sort of knew who he was. He started shows off something like this. He'd go, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash." Hear the train a-comin', rolling around the bend. Ain't seen the sunshine, don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, time keeps dragging on. That train that keeps a rolling on down the San Antonio. When I was a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. Well, now I shot a man in Reno. I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Little guitar now. say Suey. Well, I bet there's rich folks eating from a fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. Well, now I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. Those people keep moving. That's what tortures me. Let's hear it, Tommy. They freed me from that prison. If that railroad train was mine, bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. And let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. How many remember 1957? 4 of you. We're doing a whole medley now of Johnny's songs in the 50s. So a lot of you don't remember, but man, they were good. How many like rockabilly? We're going to be doing some of that a little later on. Johnny traveled with the Rockabilly Boys, as you know. How many love this country of America? We're doing a very special salute with some John Denver music and lots more at our next show. And then we're going to do some of Johnny's last songs in our last show at 5 o'clock. But this is when he wrote one of his first releases. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get rhythm when you get the blues. Rock and roll feeling in your bones, put taps on your toes. You're gonna get a rhythm when you get the blues. The shoe shine boy never can slow down. He's got the dirtiest job in town, bending low at people's feet on the windy corner of a dirty street. Well, I asked him when he shined my shoes, how'd you keep from getting the blues? Grins as he raised his little head, he popped shoe shine rag, and then he said, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Rock and roll feeling in your bones, taps on your toes, and you're gonna get a rhythm when you get the blues. First release. Everybody knows where you go when the sun goes down. I think you only live to see the lights of town. I wasted my time when I would try. When the lights have lost the glow, you'll cry. Soon your sugar daddies will all be gone. You'll wake up some cold day and find you're alone. You'll call for me, but I'm gonna tell you bye. When I turn around and walk away, you'll cry. I'm gonna cry, and you hold me there. Know that you love me and you'll never again. You're gonna cry. And he did lots of railroad songs. Here's one of his first releases, a song called Hey Porter. Hey Porter, could you tell me the time? How much longer will it be till I step to the Dixon line? And I see daylight, tell the engineer to slow it down. Ask that engineer to start it, but I want to look around. Hey Porter, what time did you say? How much longer will it be till I can see the light of day? Daylight, tell that engineer, make his whistle scream. Ask everybody that ain't asleep to stand right up and scream. Country boy, got no blues. Country boy, got no shoes. Work all day when you want to play in the sun and the sand, the face is tan. End of the day when the work is done, ain't got nothing but fun. Country boy, ain't no ill. Country boy, you got no bill. You get a wiggly worm and you watch them squirm when you put them on the hook and then you drop them in the brook. If everything's gonna turn out right, you're gonna fry fish tonight. Country boy, got a shaggy dog. Country boy of a holler log. Where you pick up your gun and he comes and run, your dog and you in the shell or two. Get your rabbit, skin his hide, he's gonna be good fried. Country boy, happy free. Country boy, I wish I was you and you was me. Johnny Cash started out, he had a band of two people. Johnny Cash and the Tennessee Two. Anybody ever see Johnny Cash and the Tennessee Two? I did. 1958. I was only one person. Anyway, he started out with just a band of two. And they didn't have a drummer. I don't know if they couldn't afford it, but they didn't have a drummer. So he took a piece of paper or a dollar bill, whatever he felt like, and put it in his keyboard like in his fretboard like that. And he was his own drummer. So, Mr. Drummer, no matter how beautiful your shirt is, we're going to ask you to sit out for just a minute or two on this song because he didn't have a drummer. He had this. He really did. And he had a hard time with the keys. Kind of a garage band kind of thing. So you guys help us, okay? Hum. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. In 1957, it started sounding something like this. They added W.S. Holland to the mix. We've had the honor of working with W.S. He was Johnny Cash's drummer for 37 years. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit I'm a fool for you. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Everybody hum. As sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You've got a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause to love that I can't hide. For you I know I'd even try to turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Because you're mine, I walk the line. This next song, Johnny, Chris Christopherson was a good friend of Johnny's. He told Johnny that this was his best song he ever wrote. That was Chris Christopherson's idea. Little song called Big River, short version. Well, I taught the weeping willow how to cry. Showed the clouds how to cover up clear blue sky. Tears that cry for that woman, flood you, big river. I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Well, I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota. Tore me up every time I heard her draw a southern draw. Heard my dream went back downstream, cavorting in Davenport. Follow you, big river, when you call. Oh, yeah. Well, you took me St. Louis later on, downriver. Freighter said she'd been there, but she's gone, boy, she's gone. Caught her trail in Memphis, but she just walked up the bluff. Raised a few eyebrows and she went on down alone. Now won't you batten down Baton Rouge River Queen and roll it on. On down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough, let my blues down the gulf. She loves you more than me. And John was a musical family. He actually started learning music from his mama when he was out picking cotton. Here's a song that him and his brother Roy wrote way back in the 50s. At my door the leaves are falling. A cold wild wind will come. Sweethearts walk by together, and I still miss someone. I go out to party and look for a little fun. I find the corner, 'cause I still miss someone. I'll never get over those blue eyes. I see them everywhere. I miss those arms that held me, and all the love was shared. I wonder if she's sorry for leaving what we've begun. Someone for me somewhere. I still miss someone. I still miss someone. On a Monday, this is a sad song. Monday, I was arrested. On a Tuesday, they put me in a cell. On a Wednesday, my trial was attested. The old judge found me guilty. Then the gavel fell while I got stripes. Stripes around my shoulders. I got chains around my feet. I got stripes around my shoulders. Them chains, bound to drag me down. On a Monday, got my striped breeches. On a Tuesday, I got my ball chain. On a Wednesday, they've got me digging ditches. On Thursday, gotta beg them not to knock me down again. Well, I got stripes around my shoulder, chains around my feet. I got stripes around my shoulder. Them chains, bound to drag me down. On a Monday, Mama came to see me on a Tuesday. They got me with her file. On a Wednesday, I'm stuck in solitary. On Thursday, well, I start on bread and water for a while, 'cause I got stripes wrapped around my shoulder, chains around my feet. Well, I got stripes around my shoulder. Them chains, bound to drag me down. Them chains, bound to drag me down, 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 down. In 1936, when Johnny lived as a little boy, he was 4 years old, and they got flooded out in Dyess, Arkansas. And many years later, in 1959, he wrote this here song. Well, a very big song for him, history-wise. And anybody here ever been in a flood here before? My bathroom flooded one time. We were doing a tour in 2010, and we went down through Katrina area, and what a mess that was, I tell you. But anyway, this is inspired by a flood in 1936 in Arkansas. How high is the water, Mama? 2 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She said it's 2 feet high and rising. Make it to the road in a homemade boat. Only thing we got left that'll float. Already over all the wheat and the oats. 2 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Mama? 3 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She says 3 feet high and rising. Lost my hive, lost my bees, chickens sleeping in the willow trees, cows in water up past her knees, 3 feet high and rising. Oh, how high is the water, Mama? 4 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She says 4 feet high and rising. Hey, come look through the window pane. Bus is coming, gonna take us to the train. Looks like we'll be blessed with a little more rain. 4 feet high and rising. Oh, how high is the water, Mama? 5 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She says 5 feet high and rising. Bridge is washed out north of town. Gonna head for higher ground. Can't come back till the water goes down. 5 feet high and rising. 5 feet high and rising. Johnny loved to do story songs. What do you think Johnny's biggest hit ever was? What do you think Johnny's biggest hit ever was? Mama Tried? No, wrong man. Well, here it is. When he recorded it, he didn't know it. He had a cheat sheet in front of him. He made grammatical errors. Can you imagine that, Johnny Cash making a grammatical error? My dad left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much for Ma and me. Just an old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. I don't blame him for the running head, but the meanest thing that he ever did before he left, he went and named me. No. He went and named me. Well, he must have thought it was quite a joke, because it got lots of laughing, lots of folks. Seemed I had to fight my whole life through. Some old gal would giggle and I'd get red. Some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. So I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My heart, my whiskey keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. And I made me a vow to the moon and stars. I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. It was Gatlinburg in mid-July. Just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Now I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture my mother had. Knew the scars cheeking the evil in his eye. He was big and bent and gray and old. I looked at him and my blood ran cold and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." That's what I told him. Then I hit him hard right between the eyes and he went down, but to my surprise, come over the knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. And I busted a chair right across his teeth. We crashed to the wall into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud, the blood, and the beer. Now I tell you, I fought much tougher men. I can't remember when. Kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, but I pulled mine first. He stood there and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough. If a man's got to make it, he's got to be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave her that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me, you got the right. Kill me now and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in the gut and the spit in the eye, 'cause I'm the son of a Baptist that named you Sue. I didn't know what to do. I got all choked up, threw down my gun. I called him my pa and he called me his son. Came away with a different point of view. I think about him now and then, every time I do and every time I grin. If I had me a son, I'm gonna name him Bill, like Bill Clinton.
They said no.
Okay, George, like George Bush. Shoot, howdy, I didn't name him Tommy. Anything with Sue, because I hate that awful name. Speaking of Bill Clinton, we're going to dedicate this next song to Bill Clinton. And I also want to dedicate it to all of you folks that didn't inhale.
And you know who I mean.
Well, I woke up Sunday morning, no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. Well, the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Fumbled in my closet through my clothes and found the cleanest dirty shirt. Washed my face and combed my hair, stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. Well, I smoked my mind the night before with cigarettes, songs I've been picking. Lit my first and watched a small boy playing with the can he was kicking. Across the empty street, got the Sunday smell of someone's frying chicken. And it took me back to something lost somehow along the way. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, I was stoned. Well, there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound of a sleeping city sidewalk. Sunday morning coming down. In the park I saw Daddy with a laughing little girl. He was swinging. Stopped beside a Sunday school and listened to the songs they were singing. Then I headed down the road. Somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing. It echoed through the canyon like the disappearing dream of yesterday. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, I was stoned. Well, there's something in a Sunday
that makes somebody feel alone.
And there's nothing short of dying, half as lonesome as the sound of the sleeping city sidewalk. And Sunday morning coming down. There you go. John loved Chris Christophers, and so they did the next song. They did like 5 or 6 different times, different ways, and we're going to do a June version of it now.
Take the ribbon from my head, shake it loose and let it fall. Lay it soft against my skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm asking is your time. Help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong.
I don't try to understand.
Where are you?
I don't care about tomorrow.
Obviously.
But tonight, I need a friend.
You might need to go out there. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help make it through the night.
I don't care what's right or wrong. I won't try to understand. I don't care about tomorrow. But tonight I need a friend.
Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad night. I don't wanna be alone. Help me make it through the night.
Here's one of Johnny and June's favorite songs. June wrote this for Johnny back in the early 70s. And don't you guys like it when a girl's kind of chasing you, you know what I mean? Well, June didn't know if she liked John or not. John was having some really major problems. And that was 1960, early 60s, excuse me. And so she wrote this here song. So she wrote it one particular way, and then Johnny took it later on, kind of screwed it up a little bit, but made a big hit out of it. So we're going to do both ways for you. But the first intent is the way June meant it to be, because she didn't know what was going on with John. He was a problem child. Any of you women ever have a problem child for a beau? You know what I'm talking about.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desire. I fell into a ring of fire, and I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames, they went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Fell into a burning ring of fire. Down, 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 and the flames went high. Burns, 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 ring of fire, ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet, and hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Whoa, where the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Down, 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 and the flames went high.
Burn, burn, ring of fire, ring of fire. Everybody! I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Down, 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 and the flames went high.
Burn, burn, ring of fire, ring of fire. Burns, 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 ring of fire, ring of fire. Yeah. Any folks here from Canada? Cool. When we do our southern tours, we get during the summertime, wintertime, rather, we get a lot of Canadians. Canada's a very cool place. No, really, it is. One of the great things about Canada, it only has 2 seasons. It has July and winter, and that's it. That's it. So Johnny and June hold Canada close to them, because when they were in Ontario, Canada, in 1968, Johnny stopped the song right in the middle of the song and said, "June, will you marry me?" And that was like the 35th time or something, and he refused to start that song until he said yes. And this also happens to be maybe our most requested song. It's a little song called Jackson. There are 14 Jacksons in the United States, by the way. Anybody here from Jackson?
Tommy is.
Oh, that's right. Hey, by the way, you can visit us online. Real easy to remember, JohnnyCash.Vegas. JohnnyCash.Vegas. We play here for 9 years now. We've made an appearance, and we love doing Fremont Street. We normally do theater shows and that type of thing, but it's fun to be here. And a good friend of ours is going to be doing, he's going to be doing Garth Brooks down at the Blue Nugget, is it?
Blue Nugget, House of Blues.
Oh, the House of Blues. I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. Anyway, if you like Garth Brooks, you got to go down and check that out. I think it's around 9 o'clock, but check it out. Garth Brooks tonight down at the Golden Nugget. The Blue Nugget. The Blue Lagoon. They got good food there, too. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson, and that's a fact. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson, ain't never coming back.
Yeah, go to Jackson. Go comb that hair.
I'm on a snowball, Jackson.
See if I can.
When I breeze into that city, people gonna stoop and bow. All them women gonna make me teach them what they don't know how. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. Turn loose of my coat. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson.
Goodbye, you old goat. But they'll laugh at you in Jackson, and I'll be dancing on a pony cab. They'll lead you around town like a starving hound with that tail tucked between those legs. Yeah, go to Jackson, you big talking man.
Big talking man.
And I'll be waiting in Jackson. I'm a J-Plan fan. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout.
We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson,
And that's a fact.
Yeah, we're going to Jackson. Ain't never coming back. We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. All right, we'll be back in about 12 minutes or so, and we're coming back with a tribute or a salute to America, Johnny Cash style. Lots of new stuff coming up, and then we got final songs of Johnny Cash coming up at 5 o'clock. So y'all have a good time. Come on back. Lots more Cash coming.